Record.
Ready?
Let there be light. I don't feel like that was as profound as the actual light. Whatever.
Vegas, this is the hotel. That is the Orleans girl. Yeah, both shots, girl. Look at that U-turn. And we got alligators. And this is the hotel.
All right. Anyways, welcome back. It's bright and early in the morning on Saturday, June 19th. It's day 2 of West Coast Classic. They just did the ruck run, and you guys left a bunch of comments about our workout number 1. That's much nicer.
Really?
About our
2 comments.
Well, you left 2 comments about workout number 1 and us commentating over it and you liking it and you wanting more. So we're doing workout number 2 from day 1. It is 27, 21, 15, 9 of thrusters, and in between each of those, 4, 3, 2, 1 rope climbs. Chris will put it on the screen because that probably didn't make sense. Let's get into this damn workout. Bang, and we're off again. Noah Ohlsen, bottom right. Lauren Fisher, bottom left. Jordan Adcock, top left. Kyle Bernier, middle top. And Jake Berman, top right. So we're off on thrusters, 27 of them. As we're going through this, I think you'll notice a big difference in terms of how the elite males and how the elite females tackle this style of workout. I think that volume of legless rope climbs just is a little bit more of a separator for females than males. So they kind of got to approach the workout a little bit differently, which you'll notice in the next couple seconds. Jordan's going to drop the bar right now, and then Lauren will follow suit pretty quickly after that. But something to notice, Noah on the bottom right is going to finish his thrusters here. Both Jake and Kyle are going unbroken, and he's about 3 to 5 reps ahead. So speed of movement plays a big role in this workout if you can go through the thrusters quickly, because it gives you a little bit more rest time when you're at the rope. As you're watching the rope climbs too, there's a little bit of a technique to it in terms of like how many pulls it takes to go up the rope. So Noah's finishing up a rope climb right here. I think he's about to go up at like 123, or he's going to go up right now if you watch. So he goes 1, 2, 3, 4 pulls, and then a swing and a touch. And then if you put your attention on Lauren going up right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then a touch. So it's 2 extra pulls per climb. It plays a big role in just like how much work you're doing on each climb. Jake and Kyle both finishing up their 4 rope climbs, headed back to the bar for the 21 thrusters. So they're a little bit behind Noah. Noah's already working on his. So he's established a little bit of a lead. Some of that speed of thrusters, some of that, I think, from just the transitions between rope climbs. Lauren, bottom left, she's finishing up her last rope climb in the set of 4 here. So she's a little bit ahead of Jordan, but she's behind the guy's pace. So she's headed back to the bar. I like that she jogs her transitions, something that I've noticed when she trains a lot, something that, it plays a big role when you're talking about game day performance. So, and a tough thing to do when you're tired and fatigued. If you notice the top left, I think I just missed it, but the touch of Jordan got a little bit challenged there. And that's something that I'll reference back as we're going through this. The final touch of a legless rope climb is really where a lot of people start to fail, because the first couple of pulls to get up there, you kind of climb the rope and you feel kind of good. But when you have to let go with one hand, touch, and then get your clamp set up, that's generally where a lot of people start to fail. And that'll start to slow Jordan down later in the workout. So I wanted to point it out. You could either rewind it or I'll point it out when we get close to it. All right, so Noah, he's back to the bar. He is finishing or going into his set of 15, and you'll notice that Jake on the top right and Kyle on the top middle, who's blocked by that production guy a little bit, they have 2 or both have 1 climb left. So Noah's still a little bit ahead. Lauren just finished up her thrusters, and she's headed back to the rope. And things are chaotic. This is kind of a sprinty style workout. People are going back and forth. Kyle is now moving into the 15s. Jake is moving into the 15s. So they're a little bit behind. Noah just finished up and they're just getting started. So they're about 15 thrusters behind. And, in a workout this short, that's a pretty good amount of time. It ends up being a lot of spots on the leaderboards. Jordan finished up, so she's headed back. Lauren's into her climbs. I think it looks like there's a 2 there, so she's 1 rope climb into the 3. She's starting her second climb, and Jordan's right now jumping up for her first climb, so she's a little bit farther behind in the workout. Noah, he's finishing up his last climb here in this round, not his last overall climb. You could see it's starting to get challenging, those last couple pulls. You know, you got to be very, very careful not to get to grip failure. We actually had an experience in Madison at the CrossFit Games. I think it was 2017. Noah was in second by a pretty good margin and ended up getting to like legit failure on rope climbs and falling down the rope. So we know what that's like when you get to failure. And I think managing your pace is super important. And he's matured as an athlete to be able to know, you know, when to push, when not to push. And now Noah is finishing up his last 9 thrusters, bottom right. And there was a little bit of separation here. So you watch Noah, he kind of, you know, he must have known he was getting to failure, but this kind of casual stroll back and drop the chalk there to the 1. The separation I feel from the last, or like, you know, I think he finished 4th in this workout overall, or 5th. The separation in the end was really running to the 9, running back to the 1, and then running to finish. But you could see that's really labored there. He finishes, tags, he's sprinting off. Jake is in his thrusters. Kyle has just gotten back to the rope. So they're not that far behind, but this workout being so short, that's just a lot of points in a short amount of time. Kyle sprinting finish. He lost there to Alex Smith. I know he's a little bit frustrated about that, but it is what it is. Sometimes you win them and sometimes you lose them. Jake back to the rope. He's got 1 climb left. Lauren has 1 climb in the round of 2 left. Jordan's finishing up her thrusters in the set of 15. So that's the context of the remaining people. Dylan Pettit coming through the line there. Jake finishing up. This was a weird situation. She was telling him to go around his barbell and then told him that he had to go back and then jump over. He ended up not signing that scorecard and they disputed it. His face. But he ended up getting awarded the time of when he first crossed the line. So that was good. Lauren here finishing up. She's got 1 climb here. And then now she's headed back. She's got to roll it up. She's got to do 9 and 1 to finish up. And Jordan, I think, has 1 climb and then 9 and then 1. So we got 2 athletes left, the females. Like I said, the females were just, as an aggregate group, a little bit slower. This workout's a little bit different in terms of just upper body relative strength and endurance, but still putting on impressive performances. Lauren finishing up here. I feel like overall in this workout, she definitely handled the thrusters really well, and her leg strength and just ability with a barbell was definitely a good separator for her. I talked about her running the transitions, but this is kind of one of those transitions where you do 2 rope climbs, you run back and do 9 thrusters, and then you got to go and do that 3rd rope climb to finish up. And I feel like if you push the pace there and your grip is failed, then you can end up failing on the last rope climb, which happened to a bunch of athletes. So it doesn't really always make sense to run them, but I think overall in the workout, she pushed the transitions pretty good. Oh, and we got a little bit of space to see her finishing her last rope climb. That's the 1 finishing up. And then I think you'll see her sprinting through the finish line, barely behind the production people. We didn't have the VIP press passes, so we got blocked out sometimes. There's Lauren finishing up. Now Jordan's the last one we got. She is not the last one on the field, but we only have 5 athletes here being demoed. So she's the last one that we're watching finishing up. Thruster speed still looks good here. She looks like she's handling this pretty well. Finishing up the 9. So she got to run back, do 1 climb, and then sprint across the line. And again, you know, this transition here, if people have the ability in the end of this workout to run the 9, run the transition back from the 9, climb the rope and run back, you end up saving a good amount of time, but you might need rest in between those climbs anyway. So she kind of walked back. You know, you might want her to hustle at this point, but she's just not ready to climb the rope. So even by the time she got back, there was still a 10-second rest before the climb. So it doesn't really make sense to run there just to stand and rest. And you see this like kind of that labored finish at the last to touch, you know, ends up costing a lot of energy, but she finished strong, 8:38. I think that's not her official time. You got to check the leaderboard. there you have it, all 5 athletes. This workout was a repeat from 2013 games, so a lot of these athletes didn't actually do it. Also, in training, we've tried that on shorter ropes. We tried it on longer ropes. We tried it with different length transitions because we didn't know exactly how the floor is. So instead of trying to give you context relative to how they've done on this in the past, I'll tell you how they finish up on the leaderboard on that event. Noah ended up taking 5th place overall on that workout. Kyle B was just a little bit behind him with 8th, even though there was only a 30-second discrepancy between Kyle and Jake. Jake actually finished 19th on that workout. So that's what I was talking about the small details playing a huge role in those sprint style workouts and in-person competitions. Then Lauren, she finished 10th place on that workout, and Jordan finished 17th. That's it for day 1. Both workouts are up on our YouTube channel. If you want to check out video 1, you can go see them do the snatch ladder. If not, I don't know. Yeah, and if you want, can they hear you talking on this? If you want to see video workout, if you want to see workout 4 and 5 from day 2, let us know in the comments. We'll think about doing it tonight, depending on how the day's events play out, and if I have energy and I'm alive to do it. See you then. Peace.
It's a wrap, you know what I'm saying? Your boy Project Pata in this thing, man. Hey, look, man, thank y'all for watching Training Think Tank YouTube channel. Y'all hit that motherfucking subscribe button, you know what I'm saying? So y'all go ahead, man. Thank y'all for watching the channel, you know what I'm saying? Hit that motherfucking subscribe button. Let it be known what it be known, what it be known, you know what I'm saying? Pata.